my friends on YouTube, longtime subscribers, and also all the new recruits that I've seen pop up on the old D-Lab subscription list. I really appreciate it, guys. It's fun seeing those numbers going up, and it's pretty exciting knowing that I must be doing something right because the numbers are climbing and not going down, right? So I'm going to keep it up. I'm going to keep doing a good job and give you guys what you want to see on D-Lab's channel. One thing that I talked about maybe 6 months ago was the possibility that if you had an old boat anchor laying in your closet, maybe an old amp, maybe an old rusty piece of ham gear, and you wanted to donate it to D-Lab so that I could feature it as a repair or a retrofit into something useful, you could send it up to me. And I thought, yeah, I'll put it out there, but it'll probably never happen. Well, it's happening, right? So I got this cool old Stromberg Carlson in a couple weeks ago from a guy, and it runs a pair of 6L6s, which of course aren't there, but it's got a cool cabinet, cool controls, and I can't wait to get into the project. So we'll be featuring that. Now the guy that sent it, he didn't send me a note, so whoever you are, I do appreciate you sending that, man. And then about a month ago, a fella down in Virginia actually sent me a check, a fairly substantial check, and I kind of felt uneasy about accepting it. But I thought, you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to take those funds and I'll buy more chassis, capacitors, whatever it takes to build some more cool amps. And out of that, I'm going to build him an amp and send it back down because I got your return address. Now today, as I was coming home from work, sitting in front of the door was a big old box, and it says donation all over it. Now I have not opened this box yet, alright? So here in a second we'll pop it open and see what showed up. This is kind of like Christmas, right? As long as it's not ticking. I don't think it's ticking, but we'll see what's in the box. But the other thing that I'd like to cover, over the last year or so, I've had people asking me, Terry, why don't you get on Patreon? You know, it supports the arts, and what you do is a form of art, and people will pay you or donate to you for your efforts. And you know, I thought about it, and I actually set up an account, but I never hit the go button because I'm out here doing this because I enjoy it. I have a daytime job, all right? So I just like doing this, and I like getting the comments from you guys, and hopefully I'm helping you to get involved with a hobby, or at least help you to keep your equipment running. All right, so that's where I get my satisfaction. I mean, sure, I would like to have a whole bunch of money coming in through D-Lab, but you know what? At this point in my life, it's more important for me to leave a legacy behind. So that's really the purpose of D-Lab. You know, my dad did this kind of work, and I grew up admiring, you know, him working on these old radios, being a ham radio operator, and just his humor. And I never got to capture that on video. So that's what I'm doing. So in the future, my kids and their kids, including Emmy the Shortwave Girl, will be able to look back and say, look at old crazy grandpa running that shop. But what I really hope is that somebody in the family takes over the art of vintage amplifier repair. Anyway, that's where I'm at with Patreon, all right? So let's open up this box. Let's see what's in it. All right, so here's the box. It was on my porch today. And you can see it says donation from K9WYRE. Kind of strange call sign. Usually it's a 1x3, and that's like a 1x4. So very interesting. All right, so here's the knife. Let's see what we got going. It's not ticking. No clown popped out. That's a good sign. Pretty cool, huh? A lot of paper. Okay, double boxed. And another one. Alright, we're getting there. Well, it's from Department 16. Alright, hold on. It's kind of heavy, guys. Man, getting there. Alright. it out. Look at that boat anchor. It's another cool head, probably another 6L6 machine. It's a Knight, and she's beautiful. Let's get it out of the box and check it out. Alright, so it's out. I'm going to have the dog check for mice. Come here, look. What's that? What's that? Don't knock the camera over. What do you think? Thanks. No mice. Alright. So here's the inside. Let me zoom in on it. What do you think of that, Chezzy? Huh? So she looks in good shape. Possibly missing one tube. Nope, that's not a missing tube. That's where the phono motor plugs in. So this thing must have been like a jukebox amp. I'm not sure. Transformers look great. Not a lot of rust on this thing. And it also runs a pair of 6L6 outputs. Very cool. Very, very cool. Classic 60s look. Can't wait to rebuild this one. So the ham that sent this to me, thank you very much, sir. I'm going to have a lot of fun with this project. We'll take a quick look here at the Stromberg. I've got the hood loose on this too. You can see what we got going. This one has a little bit more rust on the transformers. Missing the 6L6s, still has the rectifier tube. There are some tubes here. I went ahead and yanked them out because this is going to be a total rebuild, and obviously if it's a guitar type amp when we're done, we'll have a 12AX7 here. New inverter tube, but we're going to stick with the 6L6s. And once again, a very classic look. And look at these feet. This is wild. Look at the feet on that thing. It's like the landing pad on the Jupiter 2, huh? Fun stuff. So how cool is that, huh? This is like Christmas in April for D-Lab. But you know what? It's only 32 degrees out too. So it might as well be Christmas in Michigan. But the cool thing is here, guys, is these old pieces of history are not going to end up in the dump. And when I'm done with them, they'll have a new life as a guitar amp. And I'll do one heck of a presentation on getting them to that point, and then they'll have another 50 years of life to live on this earth, and I won't be here at that point to rebuild them. That's why somebody else needs to take over. Thanks again, guys. It's Terry here, D-Lab. Appreciate you. We'll see you again.